guys, welcome to another episode of Millennial Diaries. I'm your girl Kayla.
Hey, Rachel here.
And what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about social media safety and
good
just
topic.
how we could get better at being safe. And we'll just give examples and talk about just how it's been unsafe and why we're even bringing up the topic.
Yes, and immediately when I was thinking about social media safety, the first thing I thought about was kids.
Yes.
But you brought up a good topic about a football player.
There was some sort of football player who met a young lady via social media. I don't know how old he was, but they're just emphasizing that she was the age of 17. And essentially she set him up, or got him set up to be attacked by 3 other guys. And in self-defense, he ended up shooting one of the gentlemen. And he did unfortunately pass away at the scene. But what's left is, I think currently, that basketball player is suspended from the team. From my understanding, he's suspended because he had a weapon and because he was out past curfew. Because, you know, as a student athlete, especially if you're on a scholarship, you can't have a weapon and you can't be out past curfew. But I don't think he's suspended necessarily for, like, protecting himself, you know?
Okay.
Then why he's suspended is because he called some of his homeboys, like other players, or I don't know if he called or they just was there, got in his car, put the gun in the car. I did see that. I don't know if you saw that on the video. They put the gun in their car in like a book bag or a tablet or something and drove off. So now you getting other people caught up in it, and these are your teammates. I appreciate that they had your back, but like, bro, your future. Right. So we're talking about this, like, you know, what's up with the girl? Is she gonna be charged? Is
Held accountable
rather.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just, and just think of all the incidents that don't get brought to the news that come from social media. Bullying kids. Bullying is so different now.
But I'm even thinking about, like, even with situations with just other people. I thought about another incident with a rapper who was killed in the Waffle House, and how they were speaking about how they had posted, like, locations and things like that. I guess what I'm taking from all of this is kind of just be careful with always feeling the need to post where you're at in the moment. I'm trying to get better with it, but I understand we are in this social media day and age where if you didn't take a picture of it, it didn't happen. And I hate that for us sometimes, but at the same time, I think about, like, how many memories I'll be able to look back on when these people that I'm celebrating with or experiencing life with pass away. Mm-hmm. So I definitely understand, but we still have to be cautious. We have to be safe. We have to be smart, especially when it comes to dating online, checking for people's information, because really, we don't know who's on the other end of that screen.
You don't.
Or what people's true intentions are.
Right.
So if I know that I can get you in a certain area, and I know that you have money, and, like, just different things like that, we have to be more cautious about. And I think we take it for granted a lot of times.
Yeah, because it's just like, you're not even thinking. Because you get on your phone, first thing you're doing, you wake up, some people check social media, or, oh, I just took this photo last night, I can't wait to post it in the morning, I can't wait to post it. You're not thinking of the technology behind it. You post this, somebody who's really good with tech can locate something that's in your background and figure out exactly where you are. Like, it's crazy. And they could do this from any public camera.
Yeah.
Like any public camera in a walkway anywhere. Hackers are real, and everything's cybersecurity and IT now. Like, it's mind-boggling.
It's crazy. And I keep going back to kids because I'm always focused on kids, but us not having kids, and even to think about when we eventually do, I think technology is going to be even more advanced at that point, and it's just scary. I remember hearing about a situation where hackers were hacking into like the speakers in kids room, how you can hear like if the kid is in there crying or anything like that. Like they were hacking into it, and it would have a camera attached to it, and they would be speaking. Some weird man was like speaking to a little girl in her room, and her parents were able to see it. And I don't know if they ever, I never like looked into it further, but even things like that like literally freak me out.
That's sick. That's so sick. Like,
But with this day and age, it's kind of like that's where we are. Like, and it's sad because it's like a double edged sword. I guess I can say, because like I was just saying, like there are positives of having a camera in your child's room.
Right.
I mean, you're not thinking, oh, a weirdo's gonna hack. You're thinking,
Right.
I'm keeping my child safe.
Right.
And even if I want to have my time with my girls and I'm gonna invite them over to the house and the baby's up in the room, you're thinking this is a way where I can make sure she or he is cool. But at the same time, it's just like, how do we prevent these things?
you can't. You know why you can't? Because nobody reads the terms and conditions.
But even if I read the terms and conditions, does it say a hacker is going to?
Read the terms and conditions. I bet you it tells you everything. It tells you we're selling your information, who has access to your stuff, what happens to how, if your information gets leaked, we're not liable. You're agreeing to all of this. What do? We just scroll down, check out the box. Yeah, I read it. Yeah, one time I did read like halfway through like some random apps because I'm not fond on just downloading random apps because that's how you get hackers on your shit. Like,
but I'm talking about the cameras, like even like a camera that they have right there just to look in different rooms.
Read the packaging and the stuff that comes with it, or the terms and conditions on the website of the producer that makes the cameras, because you can't really control who really has access to stuff in this day and age, like you're saying. No matter what safety precautions you have, like it's so easy to hack things.
So should we just not buy these things, or
I think you should just buy in moderation, or just know what you're getting yourself into. Like me, like I have a Amazon Echo Dot.
Yeah.
I don't use Siri on my phone anymore. Like I had to update my phone or get a new phone or something. They fixed it, and basically I had to reset my phone. I haven't had Siri in months because like, that's listening to you. Like you ever just will have a conversation with your girlfriend, and you're talking about, oh, I want to go to the store and get some shoes. And then it pops Look on your phone, ads.
Actually, just in class the other day, my professor was talking, and she must have said some keyword because her phone, sure enough, was just like searching for this. And it was just like, huh? Yeah, like I thought you had to say like Siri or something to initiate it to turn it on, but
sometimes you don't because it'll think that it's saying Siri. But that just goes to the point of it's just always listening. And back to my point, like I have a little Echo Dot at home, and I'm just paranoid to use it because the Alexa can do a lot. Yeah. So I just only do it when I'm listening to music, and then when I'm not using it, I unplug it because you're not about to be listening to what's going on in my house, even though it's not nothing, but it's still.
But it's still creepy. Like even when I'm talking, like say like right now, my phone's on airplane mode or like off or whatever, and we talk about something. Like I've had this happen where we're sitting here talking about something and my phone's not even on. Say we're on an airplane. And when I turn on my phone, sure enough, scrolling through Instagram or anything, there's an ad that pops up for Uggs all of a sudden.
You know why? Because it's in your terms and conditions.
And that's so
It's in your terms and conditions. You're allowing Siri, whoever Siri is behind Siri, to listen to your shit all the time. In your sleep.
That's like terrifying.
In your shower.
Dang, I kind of wish we had someone, I don't even know, that was maybe into like social media security already to see, like just to hear their perspective.
If you are a cyber security professional or social media manager watching and you want to, come on live or come and do a pre-recorded show or just have a segment.
Give your input.
Yeah, please drop it in the comments, email us, hit us up. We would love to circle back on it.
Yes, because this is like, I know this is a more serious topic, but I feel like this is something that definitely needs to be discussed.
Yeah, it's really sad because it just, I mean, I'm not condoning bullying in any way ever. Like, I maybe bullied one person in kindergarten. I'm so sorry. She, like,
Don't say her name.
I'm not going to say her name, but you want to know why, what it was over? I don't eat eggs. She used to always read like a boiled egg for snack. I'm like,
And how long ago was this?
this is in kindergarten, but
Why does she remember it?
because it hurt her feelings. Like, we cool, we was in Girl Scouts together, like we grew up with everything. She, like, it really hurt her feelings, and I'm just thinking, like, why are you bringing a boiled egg? Like, what fucking 5-year-old eats boiled eggs for a snack? But whatever. That's she's a doctor now. She's married. She has a kid. All that. Love her. So, but I'm saying all this to say, back in the day, you know, bullying used to build character. Like I just said, she's a doctor now. You know what I'm
Bossed up
saying?
on you.
Yeah, I mean, we all bossed up, but like, it built character. You would maybe fight, live to see another day, not necessarily get shot, not go online and bully people and start threads and send
And that's
things.
what makes
and
it grow.
Like, it's so sickening. Just, I can only imagine from your standpoint, but as a coach, again, like, you know, we have two different ways of interacting with kids. Just to hear, because they probably keep it all the way a buck with you, but they keep it a buck with me. And I'm just like, and this all stem from social media, Twitter fingers, or it's like, you can't even say it to my face. Shorty not even coming up to your face.
Not Shorty.
For real, because they'd be like, Coach Rachel, so-and-so did this, or da-da-da. And I'm like, but when y'all see each other in person, it's crickets though.
Have you guys talked about it? Most of the
We
time,
could catch the
no.
fair one outside and go about our day. You don't got to do all this social media stuff. Like, or we could go to a counselor. But it's so sad. But I'm not condoning bullying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's
The times are different.
Yeah, and it's so sad because kids really be
And
trying to unalive
social
themselves from
media
it.
really like takes everything to the next level.
It does.
I mean, every day it's something else. Like as I'm not going to say a small incident, but something that I would consider a small incident. We just have a disagreement, or say I was talking about you because I feel like you were eating eggs and it was weird, you know,
sorry.
and I'm
I'm
just
so
making
sorry.
a little joke about it, but then it really bothers you. Before we would just go, like you were saying, before we would just go home, we maybe vent about it to our parents or siblings or whatever, or our friends. And then it's kind of it until I see you again. And then maybe we might have more words. We may fight or we may not.
Or we may become best freaking friends.
Yes, because I might confront you. We might talk about it. But now that social media is in the mix, now we can go and vent in person. Then we can have people agree with us. Then we can have some people agree with you. Then we can have our friends all actively watching this. And then they jump in. And then next thing you know, someone's saying, oh, you shouldn't let them do this to you or say this. You should react this way.
And I was gonna say, pump faking people when you
Will
get
hype
around
you
people,
up.
hype you up, influence you, and now you acting out of ways that's not even how you
That's
act.
not even your character. But then again, this makes me, I know we probably kind of going off topic because I definitely want to touch on this too, because I feel like social media impacts so many different things.
It does.
We were talking about married couples going on to social media or different like shows and things like that, and then all of a sudden halfway through the season or when the season's over, they're divorced.
Oh, I'm just thinking of what's going on right now with a I don't even know what you would call them. Nobody's a celebrity anymore. Influencers that's going through a divorce right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I don't want to talk about that.
Talk about it,
But
It just made me
yeah,
think of
so we are open to criticism. We open our lives, and then some things that most of us probably would have been like, I can forgive you for. Now we almost feel too ashamed to forgive you.
because everybody's putting their input, and it's not that that's any different than word of mouth before, but it's a lot of
different
people
when you see
all the, like you said, it's intensified
all the time.
Everybody got comments, comment on the comment, liking on the comments.
And
It's just
now 50 blogs and reposted it and
Flipped it around.
and all you're doing is soaking it all up, looking at it. So now you're looking side eyeing your person or your people because you're like, they're right. Before we wouldn't have had that extra input. So, but social media can be a positive thing as well. I don't want it to want to paint this picture that it's so bad, but at the same time we definitely have to use safety precautions because it's impactful whether we like it or not. It has the ability to change our lives instantly, and we know that from different situations we've both heard of where I remember, and I think this is like on the Netflix, an NFL player was like online. He was in a relationship with this girl for a long time. I don't know the specifics, but I just heard it off of like, or read it off of like Twitter just a little bit. And when it was time for them to meet or something, it was like a catfish situation. And she turned out to really be like a man, or she was like really heavy. I can't remember. But basically, he wasn't, whatever she appeared to be offline, it wasn't someone he was interested in anymore. And the way like the world had spun it made it seem like he was lying about being in a relationship this whole time. And like a bunch of mess happened. He ended up like stop being like an NFL player, like he was embarrassed, like just so many negatives happened behind this, all based off of this catfish situation.
Whoa.
So it was like really crazy to the point where now he has like a whole little series on Netflix.
Catfishing. Social
Dangerous.
media safety. It was
Dangerous.
a whole like, is Catfish still on?
I'm not sure.
And we used to find it funny. I mean, granted, it was a reality TV show at its essence, so some of that stuff was probably exaggerated and made up, intensified.
Like when the girl said she was dating Bow Wow. But anyways.
I mean, I would have believed it too, little Bow Wow. Come on, Shamos. But no, like, that's not safe. You're people, again, pump faking on the internet. You're messing with, but now you mess with somebody's feelings.
Yes.
In their psyche, their mental. Like, that's why people.
And I say, like, we can't tell people how to respond to things that we do to them.
Oh, no.
So we can say, oh, I don't feel like that matched what I did to you, but you did it to me.
Is that gaslighting?
Yes,
Okay.
at its finest, because you did something to me. Now you can't tell me how to respond. So now I done told all these people I'm dating this amazing guy, and I find out that you're some strange woman. Now I'm ready to fight, or people are killing nowadays. Like, it can go to another level, and that's another, even though that's not like a hacker situation, that's still a security issue where that can turn dangerous, and you can potentially hurt someone or get yourself hurt. And like, I just really wish people I feel like social media is just for like memories, for you to post what you're doing, like lights stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe like not in the moment. So you're not posting, I'm here at this location right now at 2:52. I'm posting it a little bit later just for security reasons. And I'm not a person who has beef or people looking for me, but it's still like, you know,
that's like, I don't know. You can't get mad at like a company trying to provide services and products for its consumers, but it's like, can you almost, I don't want to point fingers, put blame and say fault, but would you almost say that it's social media's fault, like for the lack thereof safety? Because remember how Twitter originally was, Facebook originally, you had to be a college student with a college email address to be on Facebook. So that took away a lot of things right there.
Yeah.
Then Twitter, I mean, you only can do a certain amount of characters. You couldn't upload videos, Snapchat, you delete it in 24 hours. Now you can screenshot things. Instagram was just photos. Now everybody can go live and say things. And I don't know, man. It's just, it's a lot.
I have to say yes then. I have to
some
say
extent.
yes, that you can hold them accountable because they are seeing these things just like us, but they're not willing to adjust or make changes because they want that money. They profit off of certain things. Even when bad things do happen to a certain extent, they still profit off of those
trauma.
things.
They profit off of trauma.
Because what are we going to do? We're going to see something happen, and then we're going to go to that very platform and we're going to post about it. And people are still going to promote their businesses. Like, they're still going to make their money, if not more. So why would I edit or tweak or change things when you guys aren't going anywhere anyway?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
So.
Ooh, that's a good point. I like want to leave it at that.
You do?
Yeah, like I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts and comments on social media and just
Yeah.
safety? Like, what are some tips that you will offer? We work with children. What are some tips that you could
Yes.
offer us to share with our young ones on just being safe online? They just
Being
don't
smart.
understand being
Yeah.
smart. They're so in the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to understand, when you post something on the internet, it's there.
And it's there forever.
You
Most
can't.
people don't realize
You
that.
you don't have Beyonce scrub the internet money.
Oh,
I ain't trying to add
she'll
it.
get some
Sorry.
stuff yanked. But no, seriously, you post something at 15, at 55, I can still find it. So that's true. So I guess I just want to leave it with us just being safe. And if you do have kiddos, like monitoring their devices, being a present parent, and or a helicopter parent, hover over them
hover
just a
over
little
them.
bit, just to make sure they're being safe. Because I don't want your children to be reaching out and causing situations like that 17-year-old did, or even them being manipulated by someone older as well.
Yeah.
So I think we all can agree that just being safe and
Yeah.
paying attention to what you post or share, and realize that everyone and anyone can have access to it.
And creating that environment where you can have that dialogue with your children or loved ones.
Yes.
Like, be vigilant online, and if you see something or you think something's not right, like, please feel comfortable to come to me. Like, don't just go and meet people because they're saying that they're kids, so
Tell people to take a picture with like a newspaper.
if you got to do all that, just don't even
Right,
link.
then you don't trust them already.
Yeah,
So.
and so just be cautious. So we don't want to make it a downer. Like, I feel like our tone's just like,
Yeah.
this
No,
is so
but I
sad.
love social media. I mean, follow us on all platforms.
Follow us on all platforms, though.
Follow
We'll keep it
us,
safe.
watch us on all platforms. Wherever you watch podcasts, we will probably be on there. If not, feel free to reach out to us. Our email and all of our social media handles will be posted right after this video. So we're not saying social media is bad. It's just there are some bad people who use it and they try and take advantage of it in a negative way.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's always bad people getting into things and messing it up for the good ones.
Yeah, for sure. All the time. That's the way of the world. But this has been another episode of Millennial Diaries. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.